Throughout this series, I've not been able or intended to disguise my bias and liking for Croatia, one of our favorite countries in the Balkans, but as I always say, all light produces shadows, and Croatia is no exception. Let's start with good news. Croatia is an essentially conservative country, a place with a monolithic and homogeneous mood, free of multiculturalism. Unlike the vast majority of European capitals, here you will not find ambassadors and representatives of Africa and the Middle East at every street corner or supermarket door. Despite the above, the happy multicultural absence, Croatia has lost 10% of its population in just a decade. It is estimated that by the year 2050, the population of this small country will be 3.4 million. And by 2100, it could drop by 1 million more. In addition to 3 decades of a brutal demographic fall, today it is one of the countries with the lowest birth rate. Here, 49% of the people speak English. Most of them are concentrated in the capital and main cities, in the area of Dalmatia. Many even speak or understand Italian, but in rural areas or medium-sized towns, Croatian is usually the most common local language. If you have never heard it here, I present it to you.
U početku stvori Bog nebo i zemlju, a zemlja bješe bez obličja i pusta, i bješe tama nad bezdanom, i duh Božji dizaše se nad vodom. I reče Bog, neka bude svjetlost, i bi svjetlost.
Although learning the local language is fundamental if you plan to build a life, it has its difficulties and it will not be of much use to you outside the country. The biggest domestic complaints is bureaucracy, which is slow at best. Generally, this factor is linked to the perception of corruption, which in Croatia is quite high, at 47 out of 100. Although the best way to integrate into a culture is to interact with its people, avoid certain issues, the conflicts in the Balkans ended relatively recently, and in some areas have not even ended. For many, it is a history they do not like to remember. As we told in another video, Croatia has a fondness and taste with Latin America, and in particular with Mexico, especially for the romantic vision of telenovelas, so in vogue in the area for those envious of MX, better now squeeze an egg, they have a musical genre called U-Mex, the style that resulted from the adaptation of Mexican popular music by singers and musicians from the former Yugoslavia. This Mexican-Balkan fusion made millions of people dance, sing and get excited. The reason for all this was geopolitical. During the government of good Tito, Yugoslavia was not aligned with either the Soviet bloc or the West, so there were few options to import movies for their cinemas. And that's when Mexican cinema appeared in the region, and with it, its music. The poverty risk rate in Croatia is around 18%, which is quantified in more than 752,000 souls, a considerable number for a population as small as the Croatian one of only 3.8 million inhabitants. The public health system does not enjoy a good reputation. Croatian doctors denounce the catastrophic situation of the public health system. Recently, Croatia was considered a fairly inexpensive country, but recently abandoned its local currency, the kuna, to adopt the euro, a measure that has made everything much more expensive. Goods and services became almost 30% more expensive, and hotels up to 50%, my dear and permanently unfinanced friend. If you had thought to visit this country for being economical, you have to know that it is no longer so. As far as security is concerned, it is omnipresent. Both men and women can walk anywhere, day or night. Cleanliness, order and neatness is also another constant. In general, you will not find a single piece of paper on the street. The climate is another blessing. The winters are quite mild, a rarity in the European generality, and the summers are long, hot and very bright. Sea, as in my case, you will not lack incredible places. Not in vain it is known as the country of 1,000 islands. Making it this far. If you liked the video, which I hope you do, just give us a like and let us know if you like Croatia as much as we do. You and I will see you in a few days in a new video. And if you come to Croatia, Please behave yourself and don't spoil it. Bye.